Beginning transmission.
This is the audio log of Dr. Cool, O5 Council member, as well as Supreme Commander of Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, also known as the Red Right Hand. Hello everyone. Today I have another cater reading from this frigid chick. I, of course, explained in my last video that I have agreed to help her, as well as many other researchers that have started to look into more cater class SCPs. It's always exciting to see or get a request for a cater. They are my favorites after all. But anyway, today's file should be an interesting one, as well as a short one, so we will hop into it right now. Item number SCP-469. Object Class Cater. Special Containment Procedures. Subject is to be kept in an airtight, soundproof containment chamber, approximately 15.24 meters times 15.24 meters times 15.24 meters, approximately 50 feet times 50 feet times 50 feet, until a viable termination method is available. All personnel who enter SCP-469's chamber, Class D only, must wear standard soundproofing anti-resonance, also known as SPAR suits, at all times until inside the chamber, and communication only through written notes, hand gestures, or text messaging. Absolutely no one is to touch or even approach the subject with anything other than probing instruments. All equipment taken into SCP-469's containment chamber must make as little noise as possible or none at all. Cell phones are permitted for communication between personnel as long as they are muted. Description: at first glance, SCP-469 appears to be a gargantuan pile of white feathers, measuring approximately 8.84 meters or 29 feet in diameter and weighing several tons. Upon closer inspection, however, subject is actually a vast array of enormous white avian wings, tightly curled up into a dense mound. Each wing varies in size and span, ranging from a few centimeters to several centimeters, but all are covered with a glossy white feathers. X-rays have revealed the wings to possess a hollow bone structure underneath similar to other birds, though these bones are very soft and flexible, allowing the wings to bend and curl up at angles other birds, and indeed other vertebrates, are incapable of. At the center of the mass is a large humanoid creature, curled up into a fetal position, to which all the wings are attached to by its spine. SCP-469 seems to feed excessively on sounds and sound waves, using emergency gain from sound to grow newer and bigger wings and feathers. The louder the sound and/or the higher the frequency, the faster SCP-469 grows, though it can be sustained by any sound. It seems to have a preference for rhythmic or musical notes, especially those produced by bells, see addendum. SCP-469 itself, however, seems to make no noise whatsoever due to the sound-absorbing structure of its plumage. Any human or animal that touches or gets too close to the surface of the creature will be quickly enveloped by the outstretching wings and drawn inside. Despite the feather's soft appearance, each hair has a sharp point that quickly pierces through clothing and into bare flesh, releasing a neurotoxin that immediately stimulates all the receptors in the body, as well as other stimulants to keep the victim from passing out too quickly. This is to make the victim scream loudly, thus feeding SCP-469 even more until the victim eventually goes into shock. SCP-469 is responsible for the loss of 4 personnel this way. Touching SCP-469 with dead or non-living objects has no effect. All termination methods of SCP-469 have been unsuccessful. Flamethrowers were initially used, but the noise from the discharging propellant as well as the crackling flames gave SCP-469 the energy to grow faster than it could be destroyed, cutting and slicing the instruments due to their close range, resulting in failure and the loss of 2 agents. Acid immersion is being suggested. At any rate, no bells ought to be rung anywhere near SCP-469, at least no less than 15.24 meters, including alarms and recordings of bells. The sound of ringing bells causes the humanoid in the center to wake up, unfurling its wings and proceeding to... Alright, well, too bad for those of you that go crazy if there's ever silence in your offices or other working areas. Well, I'm afraid you'll have to get used to it. I remember I informed an agent last week who dealt with this SCP that under no circumstances is he to bring in his iPod, and unfortunately the stupid bastard brought in his iPod and got 3 H's killed because of it. So, anyone that dares try to disobey my orders, if you even survive SCP-469, you will have to deal with me. Once again, just remember that. But, thank you, Miss Fritchie Chick, for your request. It should also be another easy SCP case for you. Just be careful not to make any noise. It could mean your death. But, anyway, I would normally ask for SCP requests, however, I am still swamped, and I will be for a while. So, unfortunately, no requests are needed or pending for right now, not until I get all these other requests finished. So I apologize for that, but I am working on them to the best of my ability. It still takes me time in order to complete them. But anyway, this is Dr. Cool, 05 Command, signing out.